As I like to say, it's Runny, it's Peabody, King, and Tate coming at you here in Heat 3B. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Get ready with your countdown clocks. Fifteen seconds. I'll give you a countdown at 5. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 5 minutes. We look down in the pit area. There's a hand by a crew member on the back of every boat. And the first one away from the dock is the U9, the Beacon Plumbing. That is going to be Corey Peabody just off to his right. And now turning away from him is the U91, Andrew Tate, in the gold and white Goodman Real Estate. Couple of boats away from the dock. Here comes Dylan Runny. He will come away from the dock in the powder blue and white Miss Homestreet. So we're getting ready to go racing here. Let's run down our field one more time. It's the U1, the Miss Homestreet with Dylan Runny. It is the U9, the Beacon Plumbing and Corey Peabody, the bright red trimmed in black and silver, the U12 Graham Trucking, that's Bobby King, the white trimmed in gold and black, the U91 Andrew Tate. We are 4 minutes and 5 seconds away from the start of Heat 3B, and Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydros are on the Ted Jones racecourse. But now it's time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats, the H1 Unlimited Hydroplanes. John, 3:45 until the start. I was reading the spot. What did I miss?
Well, I think that as they came down the back straightaway here, we saw kind of an instant replay of what we saw yesterday. Corey Peterson cut across the infield here just north of the start-finish line. Andrew followed him through there, and then Bobby followed him around there. So they're kind of pacing each other. They're kind of checking each other out here. What have you got? Where do you want to be? How are you going to do it? In the old days in the sport of boxing, when they had a fight that really wasn't much of a fight, they called it a boat race. We're going to borrow we're going to borrow a word from their sport. I think the only way somebody's going to win this is going to be a knockout.
Now, well, that works for me. Now, watch this. Now, these are a couple of teammates here. Dylan Runny going to cut the race course, going to cut it right in front of Andrew Tate. Now, he came out. The boat that is moving to the race course from the infield, in this case the Homestreet and Dylan Runny, he doesn't have any right-of-way until such time as he passes 2 buoys. Now, he got nowheres near his teammate. That would be the Goodman Real Estate and Andrew Tate. There would be no incident there. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to the start. Here comes the rookie Bobby King across start-finish line. He did a great job yesterday of getting an inside lane. We'll see how it plays out this time, but right now, watch where Andrew Tate's going. He is going to go on the outside of Dylan Runny. Very, very interesting. He jumped to the outside of the powder blue and white boat. It looks now like maybe he has found his way back inside, John, but that we were watching on the monitor here from the drone. That was an interesting maneuver by Andrew.
It was an interesting maneuver by Andrew, and yesterday Andrew came from the infield to the backside there and got real close with JMK, and they had a little discussion about that last night. This morning, you can see that as they get ready to come up the back straightaway here, Dylan needs to win this heat. He's not got the points that he'd really like to have at this point in time, so he's going to lead everybody around there and try to take charge of this thing, make a good start here, and lead everybody to the first turn.
Yeah, and I said it looked like Andrew Tate had maybe come back to the inside. He has not. Dylan Runny right now coming down the front straightaway. He is sitting in lane number 1. Behind him, and now in lane 2, just to his outside, albeit behind him by quite a ways, is Andrew Tate and the Goodman Real Estate, the U91. Then lane 3 is slotted Corey Peabody. Nobody has beaten Mr. Peabody in a heat that he has finished. And then on the outside right now is Bobby King in the Graham Trucking. Coming up on 5 seconds to the 1 minute mark. The boats have to declare the lane they are going to race in. They do that by the lane they are in when they get to the entrance pin of the floating bridge turn. That's the lane they have to bring to the start-finish line. Then standard overlap rules apply. So we could see a lane change now, but we're getting late in the game. I don't see anything happening. If Dylan Runny, who's way out in front, John, he's got to watch that 80-mile-an-hour rule.
He does. That was a problem that he had yesterday, and he's kind of setting him up for the same sort of thing this time. I really think Corey's in the best position right here. He's back behind everybody. Dylan's trying to get up there to assure that he gets that inside lane, but yesterday when he did that, he was able to get up there in the inside lane, but he was a little bit early, and when he had to back off, the other guys came around with boat speed on him, led him to the first turn, and he ended up finishing back in the pack.
Yeah, the two boats from Madison are leading the field up here. The Homestreet's going to come off the corner first. Then it's going to be Andrew in lane number 2. Corey's behind the field right now as they come off the top end of the race course. We are inside 10 seconds. We're inside 5 seconds. We are 4, 2, 1. Mark, and we are racing, and Corey Peabody is back at the start. It is the two Madison boats. It is the Goodman Real Estate on the outside, Dylan Runny on the inside, and the Homestreet that are out in front and by a large margin. Coming off the corner, it is a legal start. Everybody is legal. Dylan Runny and the Homestreet's got the lead over teammate Andrew Tate in the Goodman Real Estate. Keep an eye on that white boat in third place. It is Corey Peabody. Nobody has beaten him this year. But right now he trails the two boats from Madison, Indiana. John Walters, can he make up that much ground?
He's got a lot of ground to make up, and Andrew's pushing real hard on the outside there as they come down the outside. He's actually kind of protecting the boat on the inside of him because Corey's got to get around the first one first, which is going to be Andrew. So he's got a long ways to go. This is a big race course, big wide turns. It's tough to make up any ground here. Dylan's in the perfect spot right there on the inside lane. Good lead going into the first turn. The water's a little bit rough. You can see the kind of the sawtooth in the skid fin water there as it's hooking and unhooking as he comes off the exit pin and with the lead.
And I mentioned those two boats are from Madison, Indiana, but do not expect Andrew Tate to just sit back there in second place. If he's got a shot at getting around Dylan Runny, trust me, he will take it. Andrew Tate is a racer, and he is closing on Dylan Runny at the top end of the race course. There's Runny. There's Tate. Lane 1, lane 2. We're going to come down and put 2 in the book. They are going to be side by side. Andrew really hung the 91. He's got a lot of air underneath it. He had to pull his foot. We start lap number 3. It's a two-boat length advantage for Dylan Runny at the bottom end of the race course. Now this corner could really help decide our Heat 3B here. It is Runny on the inside. It is Tate on the outside. Andrew's going to try and get around him. He's only back by a half a boat length. They are dead even out of the corner. John, it doesn't get any better than that.
It absolutely doesn't. They're dead even. Andrew's got a little boat speed on him here on the top end. He's pulled out about a boat length on him. He's going to control the second turn now as he gets in there. He's going to try to hold Dylan as tight to the buoy line as he can, get him to pull his foot a little bit, bleed off some boat speed, and hopefully that he can out accelerate him coming off the turn here and get to the finish line first.
They have been racing against each other since they were 9 years old. Oh my goodness, this is going to be close. It is Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. Oh my goodness, it's a good thing they painted that boat last week. I think he got him by a coat of paint. Oh my goodness, that was close.
Wow, what a race. What a race.
And we said it on lap number 2. I said, don't expect him just because, quote unquote, they're teammates, to expect Andrew Tate to let him have that win. It's just not going to happen. It's not in the DNA of Andrew Tate. And he was actually asked about that before the season started by the Myers brothers, who were standing just down from us, and he said, yeah, we're teammates. He said, but I don't like that word. He goes, Dylan wears powder blue, and I wear gold and white. And when we get on the water, I want to win. Holy cow, that was some kind of fun. And John, I can't say it anymore. The Corey Peabody puzzle has been apparently solved, although Corey's going to kick himself. He was late at the start.
He will. He was just a little bit late at the start, and a second or two, made all the difference in the world there. You'd have to take a look at the lap speeds to see, how fast he was or how slow he was compared to the two boats that finished ahead of him. But he learned something there. The guys on the beach learned something there, and he'll come out and he'll be right back, in the chase.
I got a question for you. Coming down on lap number 2, I think it was, or maybe it was the completion of 1, the start of 2, and Andrew kind of hung the 91 out here. He had a lot of air into the boat. How do you not pull your foot completely out of that thing? He didn't lose that much momentum. I thought he's going to have to pull his foot. He's going to lose a lot. He didn't. He just hung with it and brought it back home.
Yeah, these boats are so controllable with that one-piece forward canard wing up there. And honestly, in a situation like that, the worst thing you can do is pull your foot. The propeller, is holding the back end of the boat up, and if you come off the throttle, the back end drops down, and then you've got a real handful of raceboat trying to settle the thing back down again. So he was on both pedals. He had one foot clear to the floor with the gas pedal there, and then he had another foot on there bringing the front end down with that one-piece canard wing up there. Did an outstanding job. Amazing. These boats are so able to get so far out of shape and still be able to recover and continue to go fast like that. Awesome job by everybody out there.
Absolutely. And I don't know about you,